Okay guys, so go ahead and flip your paper over on the back. I'm going to model the odd problems for you, so 9, 11, 13, and 15, and then you'll be set up for success to do the even problems down the right side of your paper. So number 9, the altitude of Death Valley, California is 282 feet below sea level. A hot air balloon is launched from the bottom of Death Valley. I'm going to go ahead and circle this here. Okay, and it rises at a rate of 10 feet per second. So per means what? Multiply. So I'm going to make my note there. After 12 seconds, the balloon is lowered 15 feet. What is the altitude of the hot air balloon after being lowered? Okay, so it started down here at negative 282 degrees, at negative 282 feet. So with altitude, we should be drawing a number line vertically. So you want to think about up and down. Sea level's at 0, and we're down here at negative 282 feet. It says, so we're starting down here, and then it is launched, and it rises at a rate of 10 feet per second. So 10 feet per second. And then after 12 seconds, it's lowered. So for 12 seconds. So we said per second, so we're going to multiply. So 10 times 12 is 120 feet. And it's rising. So rising, is that positive or negative? Positive. So we're going from here, we'll say up to here. It's going up, positive 120 feet. And then, so if it's going up, we're going to go ahead and take the negative 282 feet. We're adding to it 120 feet. So think back, same sign add, different sign subtract. So I'm going to be subtracting. So 282 minus 120. 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we're at 162 feet. Positive or negative? Negative, because we're going to keep the sign of the bigger one. Then it says that it lowered 15 feet. So we're going from here down 15 feet, right? Minus 15 feet. So I'm going to take where it was at. It was at negative 162, and we went down, so minus 15 feet. So we need to keep flip change to get it all to addition, so we can use our rules. So adding a negative, negative plus negative, so same sign add. So 162 plus 15, 5 plus 2 is 7, 6 plus 1 is 7, and 1. So 177, and we're going to keep our sign. So we are at negative 177 feet. So that puts us at 177 feet below sea level. Next problem. Brian's science class records the daily temperatures for the first week in December. Sorry, this one y'all are doing on your own. Okay, 11. Which best represents the solution for the inequality shown below? So, oh goodness. Okay, what I have always done with my class is I draw a line. I'm going to rewrite it so I can show you guys. Minus 51. So I always draw a line down either the equal sign or the inequality sign because I remember that I have to do the same thing to both sides. So I know that I want to isolate my variable. So right now I have negative 2/3 y, and I want to get rid of everything else on this side. So I want to get rid of negative 51. So the opposite of subtraction is adding, so plus 51 plus 51. So 5 plus 1 is 6, 4 plus 5 is 9, 196 is less than negative 2/3 y. So actually, I think it makes it a little bit easier if you write it like this. Let me show you. So you can either put the y on the top or the bottom. So I'm going to put negative 2y over 3. So next step is that I want to get negative 2y by itself. So what else is on this side? Dividing by 3, right? What's the opposite? Times 3. Those will cancel. Times 3. Gonna go out here and do 196 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 9, 27. Plus 1 is 28. 1 times 3 is 3. 4, 5. So I have 588 is less than negative 2y. Okay, this should be about the last step. So now I want to get y by itself. I do that by dividing by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. So I'm going to go up here and do 588 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 18. 2 times 9 is 18. 0. Bring down my 8. 2 times 4 is 8. So here we are at, let's see, a positive divided by a negative equals a negative 294. And then this cancels and I have y here. Now, one thing to remember, let's see, is if this number here is negative, that means that we are going to divide by a negative number. We always have to do what? Flip the sign, or the inequality. So it becomes greater than. So now if you notice, all of these have y on the left side. So if I want to move and rewrite this, so negative 294 is greater than y, I have to flip it. And that means I flip my sign once again. So if I put y on the left, then I'm going to say y is less than negative 294. Because I said negative 294 is greater than y, so y is less than negative 294. Moving right along, we're going to go to number 13. So Brandon has 3 soccer balls, 2 basketballs that weigh a total of 5.44 pounds. Each basketball weighs 1.37 pounds. Which equation and solution can be used to determine S, the weight of the soccer ball? Okay, so I'm going to focus first on the basketballs. So there's 2 basketballs, and they weigh 1.37 pounds. So how do I find the total weight of the basketballs? Well, I'm going to do 2 times 1.37 pounds. And then, if we're determining, we're talking about total, right? Total is going to be 5.44. If I'm finding the total, I should do addition. So now I'm going to look at the other part. It says S is the weight of a soccer ball, and there's 3 soccer balls. So we're going to add the weight of 3 times a soccer ball. And this is going to give us, we talked about it, we want the total of 5.44 pounds. So from here, what should we do? Well, we can first multiply here to get rid of that. So 1.37 times 2. Go ahead and do your math. Okay, so now I have been able to change out 2 times 1.37 for 2.74. And you guys should know how to solve the equation from here. So go ahead and press pause and solve it. Okay, so if I went through, I isolated my variable by subtracting, and then I isolated it again by dividing, and I found that each soccer ball weighs 0.9 pounds. And then I'm looking for my equation and my solution with the answer choices. So I find that my answer is visible in C, where it says 3s plus 2.74 equals 5.44. Okay, now on to the last one, number 15. Desiree uses an online tutorial program to help her solve this problem. So 14 1/5 is greater than or equal to negative 4 4/5 plus 9x. Okay, so don't get intimidated. This is just a process problem. It says, which tutorial feedback should Desiree choose to use to correctly solve the inequality? So let's just talk it out and see what we should do first. So for me to visualize, I'm going to go ahead and draw this so I know that I'm going to do the same thing to each side. I would want to isolate my variable, right? So I'm going to be isolating 9x. That means I need to get rid of everything on the same side as 9x. So I would need to first get rid of negative 4 4/5. So to get rid of negative 4 4/5, we need to do the opposite. So the opposite of negative is a positive, right? So we want to do what operation? We're going to want to add to get rid of it. So I'm seeing subtract 4 4/5. Well, that would just add more negative to it, so that's wrong. Subtract 14 1/5. Well, 14 1/5 is already on the other side of the inequality sign from the variable, so we don't need to do that. And then let's see, C and D both start as add 4 4/5. So that part is right on both of those. We already said that. And then multiply both sides by 9. So if we're wanting to get the x by itself, then right now 9 and x right next to each other mean they're going to do what operation? Multiply. So we have to do the opposite. So we have to divide. So that means we can eliminate C, and that leaves us with an answer choice of D. So even though it looked really intimidating, this was just a process problem, so don't let the fractions scare you. Good job, guys. So now I want you to go and work on the problems on the right side of your paper. Those mirror the processes we just practiced.